Transit is making substantial progress toward achieving the county's goal of a zero-emission fleet by 2035. But the report also states it faces risks that could slow progress. Tyra is on the plaza this morning with Ben Thompson, the Audit Director for the Office of the King County Auditor. Tyra?
Thank you, Holly. Yeah, that county goal just 11 years away. It's just around the corner. I have Ben here with me to tell us all about it. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I am good. So for those unfamiliar with what a zero-emission metro fleet really means and what it is, can you describe?
Yeah, of course. So a zero-emissions fleet is simply the same services Metro provides today. So van pools, water taxis, buses, except they are both operated and fueled with clean energy, so they would not emit greenhouse gas. For our audit, we looked particularly at the bus fleet and Metro's plans to replace its hybrid diesel bus fleet with a battery electric bus fleet.
So helping the earth, helping the environment. But this is a pretty ambitious plan. We've obviously have a huge fleet. A lot of people rely on Metro services. Talk about how ambitious this is and why it's ambitious.
Right. It's ambitious really for three reasons. The first is the size of King County Metro Transit. We are one of the 10 largest transit agencies in the country, so it's a significant lift to convert the entire fleet to a battery electric bus fleet. The second is the speed. King County has established 2035 as the goal to achieve full system electrification, whereas many other jurisdictions around the country have a 2040 or later goal. And the last reason it's ambitious is really the topography of Seattle. We have a very hilly environment here, so the buses need to go up and down those hills while carrying passengers, which puts a greater strain on the battery.
So you audit King County Metro, you're crunching the numbers. What have you found in your analysis that are some of the key barriers to getting this all completed?
Yeah, again, there are three really key barriers, and when we did the audit, we really thought about those barriers in terms of things that are outside of Metro's control and things that are inside of Metro's control. So in terms of the things outside Metro's control, the first key barrier that we identified was technology. The evolution of battery bus technology just hasn't occurred at the pace many were hoping. So the range is not there yet, and the capacity isn't there yet to manage some of Metro's longer routes. The second really outside barrier is the number of bus manufacturers. There used to be 5 battery electric bus manufacturers in our country. Now there are only 2 today. So there's less supply that Metro has to be able to procure buses that they need. The last barrier that we identified that was an internal barrier is Metro's ability to deliver capital projects. There's going to be a lot of construction necessary both for in-base charging as well as potentially layover charging, which is en-route charging for the coaches. So there is going to need to be a lot of construction in a very short amount of time.
You mentioned something that caught my attention, kind of the barriers to the technology when it comes to electric vehicles and whatnot. Is there a way to have both, where if these technology barriers continue to persist, can we operate with some gas-powered buses still at the same time?
Potentially. That's one of the solutions that we might have to turn to if the technology doesn't improve. Metro's also looking at hydrogen as a means to power buses. So that's another potential technology that would be a zero-emissions technology if the battery electric buses don't progress as fast as we hope they do.
You mentioned to me before we started the interview that the auditor's office has had a long-standing relationship with Metro. What's kind of your key message to them when it comes to reaching your goal?
Yeah, our key message is really, we think they've done a lot of things extremely well. They've set up a great team. They've engaged with people across Metro Transit and across the county. We really think they just need to keep working, develop some contingency plans, improve their communication, and just work on getting those capital projects planned, designed, and built faster.
Where would you say you are right now with the plan overall?
Wow, that's a great question.
2035 is the goal.
Yeah.
2024 right now.
Right.
Kind of where are we?
I think we're like 10, 20% in right now. Yeah, definitely. They've made a lot of progress. They've done a lot of great things. There's just a lot of work to be done.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing all that information. We'll see what's to come. Yeah, Holly, that goal very ambitious, but sounds like it's going to work.
I was just going to say, such an ambitious goal, so much to get done. We hope they can all get it done in time. All right, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.